Welcome into Dot Talk for this week. Tuba Samurai on with you, and we are officially in the playoffs. This week, taking a look in at the Cobra Kai's playoff run, as well as that of the Ministry of Dot Ball and World League. We'll also look at Catch 22's Q&A session. All that and more coming your way next. Get in on the action. Goal Line Blitz is a web-based American football MMORPG. They've written a custom football simulation engine to provide you with the ultimate football experience on the web. Do you love fantasy football? Ever wish you could play with the pros? Join other football fans from around the world in building the player and team of your dreams right here. That's GoalLineBlitz.com. Get in on the action. And welcome into Dot Talk, everyone. Tuba Samurai on with you on this day 37 day 38 of season 13 in the world of Goal Line Blitz. And first off, going to take a look in at the Cobra Kai's playoff run. Of course, they're playing in the South America Pro League, and they entered the playoffs at 16-0. The Kai faced an 8th seed Legion in the first round and proceeded to dismantle them in much the same way they did in the regular season. The Legion took the opening kickoff and did little with it. Defensive end Squirrel Master got a sack on 3rd and long, and the Legion punted the ball away. The Kai were slow to start, going 3 and out on their first possession, but the Legion got nothing on their next possession, and then the Kai got started. On their second possession, the Kai started to move the ball down the field. On 1st and 10 with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter, T. Baggins took a Dutch McQueen pitch 38.5 yards for the first score of the game, breaking a tackle and making some good fakes on the way. The Legion couldn't get anything going in their next possession and punted. The Kai, on the opening play of the next drive, found the end zone again when quarterback Shane Falco rushed to the left side and went 77 yards for a touchdown. Cassius Clay making a great block on the play to allow Falco to get to the outside. Shane Falco and T. Baggins scored again before the half. Then, with a minute 16 to go in the first half, Dutch McQueen found Plexiglass Burness for a 34-yard touchdown up the right side. The second half was all Kai as they rolled to an 84-0 victory over the Barranquilla Legion. In round 2 of the South America Pro League playoffs, the Kai hosted the Windy City Warriors. The Warriors took the opening kickoff and had a huge first drive. Quarterback Damian Lee found wide receiver Anius Brock on the first play from scrimmage for a 16.5-yard gain. On the next play, he found Brock again, this time for a 63.5-yard touchdown up the left side. The Kai went 3 and out on their first drive of the game, and then the Warriors' offense came back onto the field. Damian Lee on the first play of the drive found wide receiver Catch Me If You Can for a 52.5-yard touchdown, putting the Warriors up 14-0 over the Kai at that point. The Kai couldn't get things going on their next drive, but the Kai defense finally showed up as the Warriors got the ball again. The Warriors went 3 and out, punting to the Kai. The Kai finally started to move the ball, getting several long plays. On 2nd and 5, Cassius Clay caught a pass for 14 yards. 2 plays later, Dutch McQueen passed to fullback the Dark Passenger for a 26.5-yard gain. Next play, halfback Fred Lane took the ball for a 12.5-yard touchdown run. At the end of the first, the Warriors led 14-7. With 10:06 to go in the second, the Kai capped a 13-play drive with a Fred Lane 1-yard rush to tie it up. Both defenses then controlled for the remainder of the first. The Warriors were able to regain the lead with a 20-yard Maverick Stark field goal, but the Kai tied it back up with 12 seconds to go in the half on a 54-yard bonus tokens field goal. At the half, it was tied 17-17. The Kai got the ball to start the second half, but turned it over when wide receiver Manson Slaughter turned the ball over on 2nd down. The Warriors converted the turnovers into points and regained the lead with a field goal, going ahead 20-17. The defenses for both teams continued to play good ball as the offenses continued to struggle. The Kai ended their second drive of the half with another turnover, this time on a Fred Lane fumble. The Warriors didn't convert this time, though. The Kai were eventually able to tie it back up with a field goal, and the teams entered the last quarter knotted up at 20-20. With 10:17 to go in the fourth, the Kai took their first lead of the game as Manson Slaughter made up for an earlier fumble by catching a Dutch McQueen pass for a 17-yard touchdown. On the Warriors' next possession, the Kai were able to pull away when Damian Lee passed to Anius Brock up the middle. Brock was then hit hard by Interception Maniac, who forced a fumble that was recovered by Cashel Oakstaff, who returned it 49 yards for the touchdown, and the Kai went up 34-20. The Warriors fought hard to get back in, but the best they could do was a field goal with 30 seconds left in the game. The Kai won 34-23. Next, the Kai will host the Erica Titans in the Satchmo Conference Championship game, which will be played today, day 38, in Goal Line Blitz. Well, this week, new admin Catch22, who you might know as the Hazy One, he got a Q&A session started so we could get a little more information out of Bort and the other admins. And looking through the list of questions, just going to cherry pick a few as we head through here. The first question was, prior to Season 11, there was a lot of hype surrounding the implementation of player coaches. Upon reflection and a vote, it was placed on the back burner. Has there been any progress in the implementation design that would bring coaching back to the forefront of creation in the coming season or two? To which Bort responded, I have not done any new work relating to coaching. All the original work is still sitting there if we want to resurrect it. At the moment, I'm more focused on fixing up some long-standing issues and improving realism aspects of the simulation. Bort went on to say they might have another poll to see if there's any interest in coaching. Let's look down here. Question number 5. What needs to happen for you to decide that beta is finished? To which Bort responded, when I feel like there's no longer large updates needed and we are ready to let the user base know they can expect only small updates. There are so many potential additions and ideas that may be a while, and I would say that will probably be a long while. GLB Hall of Fame. Will there ever be a GLB Hall of Fame? To which Bort says, yes, I'd like something set up at one point. On plans to develop a mobile-friendly version of the site, Bort says it's currently one of the things on the list for the designer. He'd like to build an iPhone app as well. One question asks, what are the short-term and long-term goals for Goal Line Blitz? One is, according to Bort, Bort says he'd like to get a baseball sim going, but he'd be more of an overseer for that kind of project, as he'd still want to focus in on Goal Line Blitz. One question here, is there a way to switch a casual team to a non-casual team? To which Bort responds, nope. Pee-wee leagues and casual leagues are completely separate from other leagues. The last question out of 22 questions, will we be able to edit our retired players page in the future to keep only the players we want to keep on it? Bort says retiring a player but not reserving the name will prevent him from appearing on the users page. So that's just a few selections of some of the great questions that were involved in Catch-22's 22 questions with Bort, and they're going to have another session of that. I think they're going to make it a weekly thing, and I think that's a huge plus for the Goal Line Blitz community. Well, that's going to do it for us in Segment 1. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to tune in for Segment 2 coming right up as we take a look in at what's going on with the Ministry of Dot Ball.